But I thought you might like to have a sample of the sort of pillow talk that occurs between Stephanie and I. So this is last night, and let's see if I can remember it. Very nice. Good night, darling. Good night, darling. We're very polite in there. Steph? Yes, what do you want? Well, I just wanted to share this thought with you. Well, what's that? Well, you know, it's the Jubilee, the Queen's Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee weekend this weekend. Yes, yes. Well, you know, she's been at it for 70 years. Yes. I think doesn't it make my time of 32 years a bit sort of pathetic, really? Do you think Ema would mind if I... Have you gone mad? So, now on this auspicious day, with 5 planets in alignment in the heavens above us, I will finally let go. Having done so 99.9% 2 years ago in our online ceremony. But in order to finally complete this letting go by enacting this ceremony, I first need to acknowledge a whole bunch of incredible people. The role of chief sounds rather grand, rather old-fashioned and hierarchical. But in reality, it's a question of being both a kind of figurehead and being the person who takes ultimate responsibility. It's the role of leadership. Of course, you all know that the community you see all around you, the order in all its aspects, and all that modern Druidry is, has grown so beautifully into what it is now, not because of any one leader, but thanks to all of us. To everyone who cares about this spiritual and magical path, this tradition, who loves the earth and who respects the natural world as sacred. And over the last 30 and more years, a remarkable group of people have come together to make the order what it is today. I can't possibly name everyone who has contributed to this work, because the roll call of incredible people who have contributed their time and energy and talents is just simply so long. But let me mention as many as I can of those of you who have helped the order grow and flourish to become the wonderful community that it is. First of all, Stephanie, our honoured scribe. If it wasn't for you, I don't think any of us would be sitting here today. For over 30 years, you've sat day after day. For over 30 years, you've sat day after day, a cup of tea in one hand and a mouse in the other, keeping track of this book. Keeping track of this grey motley man, but you've done so much more than running the office. From the moment you painted the image of the Trilithon that appears on every Quest cover 33 years ago in our little flat in Primrose Hill, to these beautiful renderings of Will Worthington's images from the Druid Annal Oracle that you see here and that we painted for the 50th celebrations in 2014. Your artistic sensibility and your editorial skills have been ever present. I've lost track at the times you've read what I've just written, only to say, you can't say that. Thank you for everything. Dave the Bard, our honoured Pendragon, I so wish you were here today. Your wisdom and common sense have been acted in exactly the way required of the Pendragon, to act as a steadying, protective and inspiring presence. The 182 episodes of Druidcast you've created, all the songs you have written, and your retelling of the branches of the Mabinogion with music and song represents an incredible achievement. You truly deserve the name, Duff the Bard. Great gratitude and thanks too to Penny Billington, who has also acted like a guiding light, contributing so much to the order. As author and workshop leader, as editor of Touchstone for over 20 years, and whose trusty aide-de-camp and knight in shining armour, Arthur Z.Z. Billington, has brought such joy and sparkle to us through his music and illustrations. Dear Ronald Hutton, thanks to your commitment and your rigorous scholarship, the Order, Druidry, and the wider movement of paganism have benefited immeasurably. And I believe you hold the record for having attended virtually every camp and Glastonbury gathering we have ever held. The roll call of those to thank continues with Susan Jones, who for 17 years led a team of mentors and now leads a small team of moderators on social media, and her successor Steve Hampson, who leads an incredible bunch of over 50 mentors who guide the many thousands of members all over the world. The mentor coordinators in other countries who lead their teams so skillfully: Anna Bloom in Germany, Annick Jacques in France, Marcus Mansard in Italy, Alexander Gabriel in Portugal, and Carola van Hoff in the Netherlands, who has just taken over from Henk and Marjorie, who are coordinators for over 20 years. Lillian Fredericks, who was mentor coordinator before Susan, created the Order's first website and organised the first Glastonbury gathering. Huge thanks to her, and to Adrian Rook, our press officer, and his predecessor Matt McCabe, who have done such sterling work with the press over the years. Kathleen Harrington and her team, who have hosted the numerous forums on the message board for so many years. All the members who run the seed groups and groves, too many to mention at over 200 now. The team at Oak Tree Press, who ensure that those little booklets, blue, green and white, arrive on time every month. Annie, Kate, Nettie, Sarah, Matthew. The teams in other countries who do the same, led by Marceline, Alexandra, Carl. The teams who put on camps for 20 years under the OBOD banner and now under the White Horse Camps banner. River Jones, who runs our amazing School of Celebrancy. JJ and Steve King, who have guided our Stonehenge ceremonies for so many years. Sean Hayes for his masterful comparing of our Eisteddfodau, and for being groups coordinator before handing over to Paul Corcoran and Pat Booker. You've all been amazing. As have all of you who have organised the Glastonbury rituals each year: Lorraine, Marion, Fee, Paddy and Gabby. Huge thanks too to the Anderida Grove team here, who each year until COVID, under the watchful eye of Dave and Kerry, have made sure these gatherings have run so smoothly and so well. Finally, a massive thank you to my assistant Maria Eid Weaving, who, after 11 years, is the only person in the world, apart from Steph of course, who knows me better than myself. I'm confident that both Steph and Maria will be able to find my marbles if I ever lose them. You're a star, Maria, and I can't wait to read your book on Druidry, which is coming out soon. Oh, she's spilling the beans. Yes. And last, but not least in this roll call of amazing people, I would like to thank Dwayne Gibb for her patronage over all these years, for her rescuing the camps from near total destruction after a great storm many years ago, to her funding of the Gibb Scholarship for Postgraduate Research into Druidry, and for her support of the Mount Enos Award Scholarship Fund for the last 24 years. Of course, my great thanks go to Ema too, for having agreed to take on this role. Steph and I rather naively thought that when we asked her, she would just say yes. But she said, let me think about it. and another sample of pillow talk. Good night, Steph. What if Ema says no when you see her tonight? What are you going to do? Okay. Let me finish by saying all of us, whether mentioned or not, whether we have played an active role or not, are integral and vital parts of a movement of awakening, of growing compassion towards the earth, towards all of nature. Today, far from Druidry seeming like some arcane fringe activity, our preoccupations are now centre stage. They address the most urgent and important issue of our time: how we galvanise all of our potential, practical, creative, intellectual and spiritual, to protect and restore the earth. They raise directly the gaze of Greta Thunberg and her generation, our children and grandchildren, to say, we are committed to our love of nature to the fullest extent, with all of our being, all looking towards the same horizon, a world in which each human being has enough to lead a happy, healthy and fulfilling life, without terrible inequalities between rich and poor, without the destruction of habitats and species, without the pollution of our skies and seas. Together and individually, in our own unique ways, I hope and believe that we can all fulfill these two most important aspirations of the Druid path: to care for our environment and all life, and to foster wisdom and compassion within ourselves. Ema, you have guided the Order as our chief through these last 2 years, which have been difficult times. But you have led the Order with wise counsel and compassion. I am so pleased you accepted this role when it was offered to you, and would like to express my gratitude to you for all that you have done and will do. Now that we can at last meet in person, may I present to you this symbol of the office of Chosen Chief, depicting the three realms of Abred, Gwynfyd and Caigant, of the three rays of light, of the Arwen, of the soul's journey, and of the mysteries of Druidry. The Arwen shine above you, Ema. We ask, as we did at your installation, for the blessings of the inner guides and guardians of the Order, of all those who inspire and protect and foster the Order, its members and its work. May they continue to guide and counsel you as Chosen Chief of the Order of Bards, Obates, and Druids.
decorum at times like this.